Hey everyone, I'm back and we are going to make some cheddar cheese sourdough discard crackers. It's a recipe from King Arthur flour, and you can put whatever you want in there for seasonings. I've also done the rosemary. I've done just garlic and pepper, but the cheddar cheese tastes a lot like Cheez-Its, and that's the favorite around here. So let me get my apron on and I'll be right back. All right, so we're gonna use our KitchenAid today. So I got my KitchenAid mixer here. We're going to use 227 grams of sourdough discard. And this is pretty fresh. 127, 113 grams of all-purpose flour. It's actually supposed to be, the recipe calls for King Arthur white whole wheat flour. I've never seen the white at any of my grocery stores, so I just am using King Arthur all-purpose flour. About a cup of flour, so maybe 3/4 cup. All right. 113. Then it calls for a ½ teaspoon of flaky sea salt. I just go into my salt thingy and put in some salt. And 2 tablespoons of dried herbs. That's where we're going to use the cheddar cheese powder instead. I'm actually going to put 1/4 cup, which is twice as much. We've realized that we like it cheesier. And we need 4 tablespoons of butter. And it's soft. I don't need the spoon again. And then we're just going to go put it on the KitchenAid mixer. All right, so we got our dough all mixed up. So we're going to take 2 pieces of saran wrap. We're going to make 2 little squares and then pop them in the fridge for about 30 minutes before we take them out and roll them, slice them, and cook them. All right, so about half on each one. 1/2. Just don't have enough pan to roll it all out on one. So it makes about 100 shapes for these crackers. Let's see, we'll get over here, over here. We're just gonna smush it into a rectangle-ish or kind of flat, just so it cools all the way through. It just makes it easier to roll it. It's looking pretty sad. Those will do. See you back in 30 minutes. All right, I'm back, and this is just come out of the fridge. I've already done the other one. This is the bigger of the 2. I'm going to try to square it up a little bit with my hands before or rectangle it up a little bit before I start rolling. There we go. That's maybe more of a rectangle shape. All right, so we just roll it out, and it says to about 1/16. I'll tell you, I'm not very good at rolling. Especially I'm trying to keep square because that makes it the cracker sizes. Oops. So if this happens. Let's see. Don't end it. Don't break it into me. Then you brush it with oil. Oops. Sprinkle it with salt. This is salt. You can wait. And then I just got this new tool. It's for pasta, but I saw it and I thought, oh my gosh, it'll make great crackers. So let's see how we can do. Let's start here. Normally I use my pizza cutter. So, same kind of concept. Pull those back down. Turn it sideways. I don't know if I should flour these maybe or oil them. It's sticking a little bit, as you can see. But look how nice and uniform they are. This is way better than anything I've ever done on my own, I'll tell you that. And one more right there. All right, then last thing you have to do is poke a little hole in all of them. So this is a little time consuming and annoying, but what else am I going to do while I'm waiting for the other ones to bake, right? Or for the oven to heat up. So I just put one little hole in there. I've used a fork before. Everything sticks, so it's kind of a pain when they stick. This is working a little bit better. They might be a little thicker than the last ones. They do rise a little bit. If you don't poke the hole in them, they will just fill up with air. Oh, come on. So after when you put them, so you preheat the oven to, I forgot to tell you all this part. You put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. Then you bring it out, you preheat the oven to 350. You can use parchment paper, but I have these silicone things that I prefer to use. Then you roll it out. You put the oil on. I've lost where I'm at. You put the salt on. You cut them, whatever size you want. You could make big saltines if you wanted. But these are perfect little Cheez-It sizes, I think. And then you Put them in the oven for, and you're supposed to bake them, they say to bake it 20 to 25 minutes. I found that I really burn mine if I keep them in that long. So I set the timer for 12 minutes, then I'll look at it, probably spin it around, and then see how much longer I think they need. I'd rather them be underdone than overdone. And then I put them in a Ziploc bag. Oh, my 12 minutes is up. I put them in a Ziploc bag and throw them in the freezer. And they just keep, that way they don't get stale very fast or anything, and they keep really nice. Let's look at this. See how the first batch is doing. Oh, see, that's 12 minutes, guys. Sorry, I'm probably making you dizzy. That, if we did another 12 minutes, that would be so burnt. Look how, don't those look perfect? Yeah, I think they do. So I'm gonna go now and get the other one. See if I can do this one-handed. Now I have the camera in my hand. Stick that on there. Back in the oven. And I'll set the alarm for another 12 minutes. Let's see. These, oh, they're not quite done, the ones in the middle, so I'll take the ones on the outside off there so they don't really get burnt, and put it back in for probably another 5 minutes or so. 2 batches at 12 to 15 minutes per batch. And we got us some nice Cheez-Its.